There are plenty of visa categories in the UK to migrate and settle here. But do you know which is my favorite and why? Well, it's called skilled worker visa, which is based on points-based system where you need to collect 70 points. The reason why it's my favorite? Number one, the number of skilled visa issued last year was 267,670. This is nearly double the amount issued in 2020. And Home Office reports that Indian nationals were the highest nationality granted the skilled worker route. Number two, it's hassle-free because once you get a job offer and certificate of sponsorship COS, you can apply your own visa. Number three, you can bring your dependents and they can work full-time without any restriction. Number four, you're eligible for permanent residency PR in 5 years for yourself and your family. Number five, access to public services such as healthcare and education even before your PR. So if you want to know more details, make sure to stick with me till the end of this video. But before I start, if you want to study abroad in any of these countries, make sure you fill the Google form as we are still accepting applications for the next intake. Hi guys, I'm Sarika and welcome to Your Knowledge Buddy. So let's start with Agenda 1, eligibility criteria to apply for skilled worker visa. Number one, you need to have a job offer from a licensed sponsor who are approved by the UK Home Office. Currently, more than 90,000 companies got licenses to give you visa. You can download the full list from the UK government website. Second, you must have a certificate of sponsorship from your employer with information about the role you have been offered in the UK. Third, do a job that's on the list of eligible occupations. Again, you can have a look at the full list from the UK Home Office where you can find almost all kind of jobs which are listed here. Fourth, you must be paid a minimum salary. How much depends on the type of work you do. The specific eligibility depends on your job. Fifth criteria, knowledge of English. You will need to prove your knowledge of English, which you can do in 3 ways. Number one, you can give English language tests like IELTS or British Council exam. Number two, if you have studied in the UK, you can get directly 10 points here without giving any exam. Number three, if you have not studied in the UK but your major was in English, you can add an academic qualification level statement which you can obtain from ECCTI's website by applying for the certificate by submitting your degree. Let's move to Agenda 2, which is list of documents needed to apply skill visa. Now, list of documents provided by your employer are job offer letter, your certificate of sponsorship reference number which your employer will provide you. Number three, your job title and annual salary, your job's occupation code, and number five, the name of your employer and their sponsor license number. This will be on your certificate of sponsorship. Now, other documents which you need to arrange and not your employer, which is proof of your knowledge of English, ECCTIS or IELTS or your UK degree. Next is the valid passport. Also, other documents you might need is like proof of maintenance funds like your bank statements or fixed deposit for £1,270. Now, you will need to keep this money minimum for 28 days in a row. However, you don't need this if you're already in the UK for the last 12 months or your employer will cover your first month's cost of £1,270. The next is your marriage certificate if you're applying for dependent visa. And the next is criminal record certificate if you're working in certain jobs. And the last one, tuberculosis test certificates for few countries like India, Pakistan and many more. Agenda 3, how long can you stay on your visa? Well, you can live for up to 5 years on skill visa before you can apply your ILR, which is indefinite leave to remain. Agenda 4 is how to apply your visa. Now, to apply for skilled worker visa, you will need to submit an application online together with your supporting documentation and pay the relevant fee. You will also need to provide your biometric information at the visa processing center local to you, either overseas or in the UK. Agenda 5, how long visa processing takes. So once you've applied online, you will usually get a decision on your visa within 3 weeks. If you're outside the UK, and 8 weeks if you are inside the UK, you can apply for a visa up to 3 months before the day you are due to start work in the UK. Now, Agenda 6, how much does the visa processing cost? Well, when you apply for a skilled worker visa, you will need to have enough money to pay the application fee. The standard fee ranges from £719 to £1,500 depending on your circumstances. You will pay a lower application fee if your job is on the shortage occupation list. You will be told how much you need to pay when you apply online. Now, you need to pay the health surcharge, which is usually £624 per year. However, surcharge is free for few categories like doctors, nurses or any healthcare staff. So this brings me to the end of this video. Thanks for watching the video till the end and I'll see you guys soon with my next video. By the way, do you know what changes are being proposed in the UK now? If not, make sure to watch this video.